the throat chakra. The throat, or Visuddha chakra, Sanskrit that means to purify, is your connection between feeling and thinking. And it represents as well the energetic connection between your heart and your third eye chakra, which has its position between your eyebrows and is also linked to your pineal gland, which is in the middle of your brain. It is at the level as well of the larynx, and it has the frequency of light blue and stands for the I speak and the sense of hearing. The element of sound is the attribute to it all. We use our voice, which has in the end the sound, the frequency of the whole sound as a beautiful expression of being. The ether, the heavenly space, is the bearer of the sound. So the center is actually is really of great importance if you want to open yourself, to communicate to all visible and the invisible worlds as well. And maybe, as you know, for yourself also when hearing them, words are incredibly powerful. They carry as well a frequency within them. So be aware how you speak with yourself and also how you speak with your surrounding. And if you're putting the frequency of compassion and love, for example, into your words, it has a total different feeling for the person or for the receiver who receives these words than if you put a different frequency, for example, of anger or resentment to it. And the question is also, can you express yourself as well? Can you express yourself in your authentic way, in your creativity? For example, like dancing or painting, singing, all these things. Your throat, so to say, then, has a very, very relevant job to do. And it's very important to have harmony in the center. It's because it's so important for you to be able to make decisions with your heart, to be clear here, so that the energy of your heart can come through your voice out. And if you are aware as well of the universal truth, of your universal truth, you can also perceive yourself and other people from this. You can release any kind of judgment, and you can release any kind of pre-information you want to put or label on that. But also maybe ask yourself, can you hear the truth? Can you hear the truth from others? Their truth, to just listen to it. And can you also express your feelings and your thoughts? Do you feel safe with that? The throat chakra in that way also so much represents the self-expression. Like every singer or artist, they always use the voice to feel safe and using the voice and expressing everything that you are speaking it out, feeling it out, creating it out, manifesting it out as well. So do you know that the path of your heart, do you know the path of your heart and what you are, and also what you want to bring into this world? For this, you need the right thoughts, feelings, and words to express it. Maybe you experience also in some moments that your voice drops, this lump in the throat. In those moments, it's so much about allowing your emotions, creating more space for them, and just letting things flow. To be courageous enough to speak your own truth. And also to be loyal to yourself. To be so loyal to yourself and what you perceive and what you want to express, who you are. To authentically, for yourself, be and go through the world. Only then it's possible to also recognize all your potential when you allow yourself to just be you. And then you can also more and more bring yourself and all your potential into the world. So everything you do or say affects your energy, affects your expression of yourself, and so also the energy of your environment. Maybe you also know that all of this also changes your attitude towards life. When your throat center, for example, is a bit unbalanced, it can show itself through shyness, for example, speech disorders, lack of expression, sore throat, boastfulness, for example, but also talkativeness, manipulative words, and fear of their own opinion. And the ability there again to communicate with your own feelings can then be blocked in those moments. And that makes it so difficult in some moments to make a clear decision. So whenever you feel you want or you have to make a decision, come back here to your throat center. Feel, am I speaking my truth? What is my truth? What is my heart telling me? What does my mind want to counter to it? Can I bring them in alignment? And what is a wonderful way to realign the throat center as well is music, for example, to go back into flow, to let the frequency, let it flow here again. But also ask yourself, what music do you listen to? Melancholic music, sad songs, or more uplifting, high frequent word songs. Give yourself these good vibes which makes your cell dance. When listening to music, pay attention maybe from now on to the words. What do people sing about? Really choose the frequency you would like to surround yourself with. And that is also so important when you go, for example, into energy healing sessions, when you give them yourself, for example, Reiki or other energy methods, theta healing. It's important that you are for yourself on the right frequency to be able to let the highest frequency come through you. And if you choose, for example, relaxing sounds, also live music, that can totally relax your throat chakra again. So you can also always make sure that you're also even in connection with your throat. Connect other senses like hearing, smelling, seeing, feeling, and also touching. That can also support to reconnect everything then in the moment, to come more back to your sensual being, to more be able to allow yourself to go back into intuition, to move out of the logic. Which topics does the throat chakra then in the end show us? It throws us the topics of sound, of language, of communication, self-expression, word, also of consciousness. How conscious are you about your words you speak? About inspiration, musicality, for example, as well, but also mental power. How clear are you about yourself? And the energetic influence, some of them are already mentioned now, but I just repeat them as well. Energetic influence does the throat chakra have on your jaw and your neck, your larynx, your thyroid, your trachea and your esophagus, your whole breathing as well, the sound of your voice, your shoulders and your neck, your cervical spine, and your hearing abilities. Whenever this is a bit not in balance or you feel something is not so working, is tensed, And ask yourself if one of the topics I mentioned, speaking your truth, expressing yourself, listening to your heart, might be one of the topics which might be challenging you right now. Nutrition-wise, what helps us with the throat are, for example, ripe fruit, vitamins and minerals in general. Because these things, like ripe fruit, vitamins and minerals, they go quite quickly through our digestive system. And they cause the body just a little work and allows way more energy to rise to the upper chakras. Healing stones, what can help you here? Chalcedony, for example, the topaz, lapis lazuli, but also aquamarine. So you can also, again, look for the light blue color, for example, look to the ether, to the light blue sky. That's things which the throat chakra really, really likes and enjoys. Which essential oils can support you, like peppermint, eucalyptus, but also Roman mint or manuka, for example. Those are senses which support you here as well. You can put a drop of peppermint in your water, for example, or use some fractionated coconut oil to smear it on your breast. Release here your throat again. If you have any questions to the throat chakra, you can just write them. Or if you would like to hear more about it, if you would like to receive some healing for it, you can always contact me. And I just wish you a lovely day. Maybe you would now just like to also turn on some nice music you would like to listen to.